Hello friends, today we will tell you about this extraordinary case that rocked Cormeil, a quaint Norman village of 1,200 souls nestled in the shadow of Deauville's glamour, yet far from its glitter. Here, in this tight-knit community where everyone knows each other's name, where children share the same weathered schoolhouse and parents exchange nods at Sunday Mass, a dark secret festered for over a decade. For 13 years, Marcel Le Chien was the village teacher, a stern, old-fashioned figure, respected by all, a municipal councillor, a native son whose roots ran deep in the local soil. His classroom was a place of rigid discipline, his authority unquestioned, his reputation pristine. That is until Tuesday, February 6, 2001, when the fragile piece of Cormeil shattered like glass under a hammer's blow. Jean-Yves Sandré, a father whose own children had sat under Le Chien's tutelage, pulls his car up to the school gate on that fateful morning. "I'm waiting for Marcel Le Chien," he says under his breath, stepping out to meet the teacher on foot. "I need to speak with him discreetly about something troubling." Le Chien, familiar with Sandré, agrees without hesitation, climbing into the car. A heavy silence settles between them, thick with unspoken weight. Then Sandré drops the bombshell. "The girls are talking." He lists names of Le Chien's victims. The teacher's face flushes crimson, then deepens to a sickly purple, his breath catching as if struck. He sits frozen, unable to muster a word. "Let's go," Sandré says, turning the key. The car rolls toward the Gendarmerie, a mere kilometre away at the village's edge. Le Chien doesn't resist, his only question a chilling whisper. "Do my parents know?" It's not the voice of a man in his 50s, but that of a frightened child caught in a naughty act, wondering if he'll be scolded. Sandré's blood runs cold at the sound. They arrive swiftly, and Le Chien steps out, forgetting his briefcase in his daze. "You left this," Sandré points out, handing it back. Inside the station, two young gendarmes greet them, wide-eyed, as Sandré declares, "Gentlemen, good day. I've brought you a repeat pedophile." They blink, stunned. Beside Sandré, Le Chien stands still as stone. "Sir, what do you have to say?" one gendarme asks. "I didn't rape anyone," he mutters, as if brushing off a petty annoyance. The gendarmes summon their superior, Adjudant Frouchard, a jovial man who strides in. "What's all this about?" Sandré lays it bare. Former students have revealed regular sexual abuse in Le Chien's classroom, and he suspects it continues. "I stepped in because these kids are in grave danger. This was my only way to protect them. Verify the facts, but this man doesn't belong near children." As Sandré speaks, his wife executes their plan's second phase, phoning victims one by one, urging them to file complaints. Before noon, a young woman arrives, her voice trembling as she accuses Le Chien of rape. Frouchard, visibly uneasy, hesitates. Le Chien, a village fixture with no prior trouble, is sent home, not to class, pending evidence. He has a full 12 hours to scrub his computer, his desk, any trace of guilt. A substitute steps into his classroom that very day. By the next morning, 5 more victims come forward. The case shifts to the Évreux Gendarmerie. Among the first is Anaïs, now 19. "I started in his CP class in the old prefab building," she recalls. "Everything's been redone, but the memories stay." She was 6 when the abuse began. Accompanied by her parents, she testifies, "I faced a gendarme alone. He asked why I was there. I said I was Le Chien's victim. He questioned me. What happened that year, what I endured. I explained it all, though speaking of sex was hard. On February 7th, after a night at home, Le Chien is summoned at 2:30 p.m. and detained. The news races through the canton like wildfire. In nearby Saint-Sylvestre de Cormeil, where he's deputy mayor, disbelief reigns. "We must get him out," locals insist. The mayor and a farmer rush to the station, but Le Chien bows his head in shame. "If it's true, it's true," they mutter, retreating. In custody, he claims, "I went out of curiosity." A home search finds nothing. Next morning at 8 a.m, another interrogation shifts his tone. "After reflection, I admit I may have molested Anaïs, Melissa, Elodie. They sat on my lap behind my desk during lessons." He confesses a fellatio with Elodie. "I exposed my erect penis and asked her to take it in her mouth. I stopped. It went too far. Why? An impulse. I don't understand. I'd like to, and I regret the harm." A school search uncovers a clay penis in his desk drawer. "I never noticed it. Probably a boy's." He shrugs. Charged, he's jailed in Évreux. 2 weeks later, before Judge Simier, he retracts, "I confessed from fatigue. I did nothing." Yet 12 more complaints pile up. Cormeil becomes a media circus. The innkeeper, stunned, takes a call from France too. "A paedophile here? No way!" Shock ripples through the streets. "The dog! The dog!" They rage, naming him. Le Chien, trusted, elected with landslides, falls from grace. Didier Delio, father of a 6-year-old in his class, says, "She loved school. We never suspected." He learned via gossip and reporters at the gate. The village splits, defenders versus accusers. His daughter first denied, but whispers grew. Laura, a minor, sobs to her father, "It happened to me." At the Gendarmerie, she says, "It was tough, showing the acts to 2 gendarmes and my mum. At 6, she hid it from shame. You don't say after school. The teacher touched me." Her mother feels violated. "It's as if he did it to me." Within 2 weeks, 17 complaints. Justice launches Minor 27, probing 240 students since 1989. Psychologists assess, gendarmes film. Laura, "I didn't want to hurt my parents." Baptiste, 10, confesses alone. "He touched me." His mother, watching via monitor, reels, "How did I miss this?" Of 38 victims, 35 cite molestations, 3 fellatio and penetrations with finger or clay, rapes. Witnesses back them. Psychologist Fatima Boyoun, "Multiple kids don't lie." "I felt guilty," the child admits. Since 1996, parents flagged the principal, but the Education Nationale turned a blind eye. In 2001, Janine Morin and Janet Kenny, silent since 96, file. The principal, detained, admits 96 doubts but trusted he'd stop. "I checked, saw nothing," she insists. The inspector and his psychologist wife downplay. A one-off touch. Both escape charges. The 2004 Evro trial goes public at victims' insistence. Le Chien denies, blaming media frenzy. Anaïs confronts, "You'll never suffer like us." Laura breaks as he calls her a liar. Baptiste, bold, recounts, "He touched me." Elodie, tearful, cries, "It's unfair." Cold, he repeats, "They lie." Lawyers push judicial error, but testimonies align. He was brutal, tied kids, shamed them. Seduction and fear ruled. "I wanted his favour," a child says. Experts note, denial, perversion, high recidivism risk. The Education Nationale, spared the doc, is criticised. The principal testifies, "I did my duty." The inspector, "Pedophilia wasn't a thing then." After 3 weeks, 15 years prison. Relief, victims say. Le Chien, unmoved, drops an appeal for his sick mother, still proclaiming innocence. Cormeil stays fractured. Victims heal, but new claims emerge. The village can't escape its past. Goodbye, friends. Thanks for joining this incredible tale. If you liked it, give it a like, share with friends, and subscribe for more extraordinary stories. See you soon.